For me, honestly, diversity simply translates into differences, and these differences could be in color, creed, gender, weight, height. But there's a larger part of diversity which is invisible for us as well. Yeah, like thought processes, teamwork. How do we manage our power and authority, culture? Yeah. So we all know the concept of iceberg, right? What you see is only top 10% visibly, and unfortunately, we judge by the 10% seeing them. We tend to dismiss a lot of people with this mindset. Yeah, while visible aspect is a small, unfortunately, it's playing a very important and dominant part and and a strong role. And a lot of challenges are typically around the visible aspects, while the value of diversity really is the another 90%, which is unfortunately not visible today. So for me, honestly, it's diversity and inclusion. Even before diversity, I think diversity and inclusion are not sort of an affirmative actions which companies would like to take, or an sort of an equal opportunity employment. Certainly, diversity can be mandated, but not inclusion. Inclusion is a culture. A lot of inclusion has a rust, and it rests with the top management of the company. Diversity is a fact, and inclusion is a choice. Inclusion leads to diversity, and not other way. Honestly, yeah. So we can have diverse organization with zero inclusion, and we have seen those organizations have not been successful. Inclusion comes first. If you are inclusive, you will automatically achieve this diversity. Yeah, I think days are changing. We need to have a woman board member. This becomes a regulation. I think it's already regulated in India for public sector companies. I think there will be much more regulation in the days to come. But I think only evolved companies and evolved leadership will do on their own, do not need regulations to do it. Yeah, regulation is a sort of a basic minimum standard to meet and not the maximum to deliver. I think companies now they have started to realize, which think the regulation is the maximum. I don't think they will make a progress in the coming day forward. As Mr. Chaba just rightly said, I think when it comes to mobility, we have seen till 1970, 70s, cars used to be purely a mechanical box. Yeah. Then after that, we started adding electronics to that. With that electronics, it came in software. And today, if you see actually cars literally getting converted into a sort of a computer. So there's a huge opportunity. If I have to talk about the complexity, what we have in the cars at this point of time, an average mid-sized car in Europe and US has got about 200 million lines of code. And this is expected to increase to about 1 billion lines of code by 2025. That means a huge opportunity on the software side. That means it's also opportunity for us to embrace actually our female colleagues to start having these opportunities. It's not only shop floor. Yeah. So having said this, I think opportunities are plenty. And as a Continental, certainly we have taken a task. Yeah, we have a goal. We said 25% by 2025. What does it mean? 25% in the top management positions of our female colleagues by 2025. And for 2020, we had a target of about 16%. While certainly it's a bit of a challenge, certainly I think we are able to, I can proudly say over a period of last 3-4 years, we're able to build a good amount of pipeline. And how did we do that? I would say that we need to give women operational roles earlier in their careers. It is very important and important for women actually listening to us here. We need to encourage women to take operational roles early. If you're not able to take early, at least give them some sort of a project experience. I've seen one of the biggest hindrances women making to the top is people saying that she doesn't have operational experience. So I have a good flavor of what operations means. When I say operations, it's not only shop floor, it could be engineering operations, it could be anything, right? Also, it is important to have role models in the company. As women who are consistently, I think Gauri was talking about, yeah, who are consistently made it to the system and are at senior levels. I can tell you how important that is, because a lot of young women who join the organization get energized and enthusiastic by looking at those women who have made it to the top. It is very important for every company to have role models in the top management. One other important thing is to have also for women to have a sponsorship or a champion within the company. So I think having experience of running at least for last almost 3 decades, I strongly feel women, they don't need a pass. What they need is an understanding. Women need evolved management to treat equally with men. What we are doing here at Continental, just to share some of the practices. I told you already, for Continental, we have set a target of not at the bottom of the pyramid, but at the top management level of 25% by 2025 year. And intermediate target was 2020 with 16%. I think the way to achieve this target is to prepare our female colleagues to take charge of senior management roles across the board. Yeah. One of many such programs that we have at Continental certainly is one what we call as Women at Work. Through our Women at Work initiative, women early in their careers can connect with senior executives within the company, as well as they can go out and reach out to global network of women from every area in the company. Additionally, we also started something called Software Academy a couple of years back. So Continental Software Academy with an aim to upskill, reskill our employees regardless of gender. Yeah, so that's also to helping us to migrate some of our female colleagues to on the software side. Yeah. Also, we have taken a deliberate policy that we will recruit more women across levels. For example, last year, if I have to say, our diversity percentage across India, overall diversity was about 23%. We started to set aside certain positions only for women deliberately. Women are often forced to choose between a work life and a family life, right? Which shouldn't be the case, actually. While society might take some time to evolve into a completely gender neutral place, as companies, we can take few baby steps to break the ceiling by offering some measures. Yeah, one such measure is a couple of years back, I think in 2018, yeah, we started what's called work from home. Yeah, we have a policy which allows us 1 day in a week, yeah, for all our employees to work from home. Now, while we talk, we are debating should we be increasing that. And also in one of the town halls, I was telling FH work from home calls for, I think, given the challenges what we have in the market, we also can convert the to women from home sort of. Can, as a company with the new normal, can we pioneer this? Yeah. And also, we are working at a sort of a grassroots level, industry institution collaborations to develop skills, and also sort of a dedicated return to work programs pursued by women employees aspiring to get back after a break or even after a maternity break. As I talked about flexible work hours, working environment, and also a few interventions with regard to talent management. That includes what we started some time back. It's called a We Lead program, Women's Excellence Leadership Program. This we pick up in a year 23 to 25 high potential female colleagues and exclusively put them through a sort of a general management program so that at least even before the position comes in, to an extent they are ready. And also we are collaborating with IIM Bangalore for a general management program, though it's a gender neutral, but what we call as a pitch stop, so train them on the general management. Also, to share you one interesting fact, Continental as a global company, we went ahead even one step forward. You know, all of us have seen in terms of the way we negotiate our credits with the bank on the interest rates is based on, to some extent, P&L and a balance sheet could be. But we have it was a very innovative approach. We took this forward last year. The amount of interest payments for a drawdown of the credit line will also depend on the improvement in the sustainability performance of the company. So in future, it will be rewarded if we are able to improve on the sustainability with the reduction in interest and vice versa. So this becomes the sort of an annual assessment of an agreed performance improvements for the company and not the profitability. And what are those? Certainly one on the green side, all our plants, we took a decision 2020, all our plants globally, 565 odd plants, will use only green power, even if that means that it has to be procured. Yeah. Second is increasing the proportion of women in the management position. That's the target which we have. Yeah. And reducing the accident rate and the sick rate. And the fourth is sort of increasing the proportion of recycled waste. So this is some of the steps which we are forcing on us ourselves so that we drive this down below the organization. Over a period of time, we become gender neutral. On the remuneration, honestly, 2 years back, we got it audited actually. So just we wanted to ensure that, okay, we are on track, there's no bias. Actually, what we found was plus or minus 10%. Certain grades, certain positions, minus 10%, certain grades, certain positions were plus 10% also. So then we could conclude that, yes, also we had an action plan. How do we move those who are not to the midpoint and without over a period of the next 2 years? And from there on, that was the resetting point. And there on, then we ensured that, okay, so every year when there is a merit increase cycle happens, we ensure that this is one of the checkpoints. So we do this as an activity as well. I think all of us needs to understand diversity is a part of nature and everything in the world is diverse. How do we drive this message down below, yeah, as a company? So today, we are talking much more than what used to be before in terms of diversity. I think the simple fact today, we are more sort of a globalized village, yeah. At least the recent pandemic has proven that if our friend catches is not well, and we can't be healthy. Yeah. So we have to take everyone along, which is difficult for many of us to believe, but certainly it starts with inclusion. Diversity is a byproduct, I would say, and it can be always mandated, but inclusion is the one which is going to take us a long way.